Hello everyone. I hope traders and investors alike were green today. What another awesome day in the market. We've seen OPEC come in, give our energy names a nice boost. We've seen some strength in the semis, especially towards the end of the day. Just a good all-around bullish day in the market. After a nice pullback, today was actually a day trader's dream with that nice pullback and then a nice push at the end of the day. Give us two different directions to trade in. So let's just get to the charts. The put to call ratio is at 99. That is right on the edge of neutral. Our oscillators for the NASDAQ pulled back a little bit. We were at 106 this morning. We're at 52 now. Still positive, still plenty of room to move in either direction. We pulled back on the New York Stock Exchange to 28, 25. The S&P 500, we bounced off that 200. We talked about that last week. That was a big level to watch. The dollar today, it did try to push. You can see we have this trend line we need to take out. MACD still looking bearish there. We need to watch this trend line to see if we do take this out. Looks like we closed over top to 20. So that's been a big help to us here lately. This is the VIX. I posted another chart as well. It's a longer time frame chart where I posted a nice cut. We could just be pulling back to put the handle in. Just want to keep an eye on this as MACD's trying to cross bearish. VIX 15 minute, you can see it pulling back today. Crude, nice push up right into our 50 here. So we need to see how that acts tomorrow. Apple pushing right up into the 9. AMD was a little weaker than a lot of the other semis today. Some of the smaller names like MU, it wasn't so much. Nvidia had a good day, but it wasn't so much. Wasn't so much AMD. AMD didn't have a bad day. Don't get me wrong. Just wasn't as strong as some of the other ones. Affirm, inside day to day, inside candle. Still holding that 9. You see the 15 minute here on Affirm. We had this big pullback and this nice push, but it never really took out the opening. So that just wasn't, I mean, it showed some strength, but the market itself took out the opening. Like Amazon here, we were able to close over the opening candles. Nice push on the 15. AMC, same thing. We had a nice push, but was not able to retake the opening candles there. You see AMD pull back and had this nice push. This was able to just barely take out the pre-market levels. Wasn't able to take out the previous day's highs though. Amazon pushed right up again, a nice strong day, pull back and push, but we're right into that 20. We have to take that 20 out to continue up. MACD's changing character there. It's one of the names we watch closely in the trading room. Apple, nice push. This one we didn't pull back. We did pull back, but not as much as a lot of these other names. And then we pushed right over, took out the opening candles. Boeing had a decent day as well. So we've pushed up and we're holding this 9. Bitcoin still trading in that weekly rounded top. The daily rounded top, we have taken it out. We are testing the 9 right now. We could easily redraw this rounded top as well, but we've been following it long enough. We don't take, as long as we hold the support, see if we can get a push up here. Support's holding well. Boeing, you can see we pulled back and then it had a nice reversal as well. Wasn't able to take out those pre-market levels. Charge point. So we're trading in a no zone area for me. When we're tied up in all the moving averages, I just don't want anything to do with it. This MACD looks like it's trying to roll to the downside, and you can see it was weaker than other names today. Chewy, this was on the radar at open. I'm not sure what got into this thing. I've been searching for news, and I still have not been able to find any news on this. but this thing just took off. We picked up flow on it, so it was on the radar right from the opening. I mean, we had it on the radar right at the opening. Then I looked up and seen it up on the scanner. But big move there. Like I said, I'm not sure why. Huge move. And you can see here on the 15-minute chart, nice move up. Give us nice flags on the 15. Plenty of places to get into it there. Crowd, strong push. This is, got back above this major resistance level. And so now it becomes support. We tested it and pushed back up today. CVX, decent day, back above the 50 here. You can see the CVX 15-minute chart. We did push, so we pulled back at open as well, and we're able to take out the opening candles here, and was able to push up yesterday's highs. DraftKings trading in this little channel here. Keep an eye on that one. Exxon, big move as well. You can see we traded in a perfect channel the last 2 days. Pulled back, tested that channel. Same channel, pre-market levels and all. Pulled back in pre-market, tested that channel, and just ripped. Big, strong move on that today. First Solar pulling back. We were trading in this broadening wedge here, and a little broadening channel, and we did break up out of it and pull back, testing the 9 and 20 today. So showing some weakness there. GME, watch this trend line on that one. Google, 2 strong days, 3 strong days really, but that got us up above this 9. Right here we're in between this 9 and 20. I would feel better getting above this 20. Just need room to move. MACD's changing character there. Home Depot, we called this out just because of the storm. It's had some nice days, but I think it's just been moving with the market. MACD's cross bullish there, putting in a nice little rounded bottom down here. Need to take out this resistance level. You can also see your 50 coming, pulling, turn down here. Your 200s turn down, so now they are declining moving averages. So your longer term moving averages are still declining. We have to change that too. We need to see them turn up, and that takes time. The 9 has turned, the 20 swooping. MACD looks decent. Qs, 2 decent strong days, but we really didn't put in a whole lot here. Let's go look at the intraday. So you can see we pushed up, but we were barely able to take out yesterday's high. Barely. See the Qs weekly chart. This is another one we pushed off the 200 on. We had actually closed below the 200, so I was worried that this was going to be a trouble area. But we got overhead resistance above us. This 9 and 20s coming over. So for me, the 9 and 20s coming together like that, that's going to be a big area to try to take out if we do continue to push. Bonds, red day. IWM. This is IWM's weekly chart, and you're putting in of course, this candle doesn't close till Friday, and the pattern does not count until the candle closes. But we are putting in a morning star here. I would like to see a morning doji star at that, but I would like to see a bigger gap in that, but it'll pass. But that candle has to close to be considered that. You can see the IWM here. We took the 9 back, 20. We took the 20 out yesterday, and then got pulled back below it this morning when we gapped down, and you can see we tested it, but was unable to close back above that 20. MACD's changing character here as well. IWM, the 15-minute, you can see we pushed up, but we're unable to take out the free market levels there. Mara has some big areas here to have to watch. We have this downtrend, and the 50s coming right in there. Looks like it may have closed a touch above that 50, but we still have that downtrend to take out. Meta had a decent day, but it didn't close as strong. Barely holding this 9 here. Made a decent intraday move. As you can see, we pulled back and pushed up. Was able to take out the opening candles. Still struggling here with the gap. You can see we pushed right up to the gap and then pulled back. It filled the gap, and then pull back. But 88% of stocks, when they fill that gap, they pull back and then come back and retest. But it just wasn't enough to really get it up off that 9. So I still, I had a good strong intraday, would have been a decent stock to trade. But I still don't have a whole lot of love for it right now. MU, man, these things come to life. A lot of these smaller named semis really come to life, like Qualcomm really come to life this afternoon. Nvidia didn't trade bad at all, but AMD just wasn't as strong as the rest of them. So you can see Microsoft here, this big gap up yesterday. We still have this gap down here to fill. And we're right at this resistance level. We need to take this resistance level out. MACD is changing character here. We got a nice bullish cross, getting a decent histogram. We have to, continue up. I believe this, this market's trading like this because a lot of people, for some reason, think this Fed's going to pivot. They may. I just don't think they are until they get the numbers and see the things they want to see. Microsoft, 15-minute, you can see we did take out the opening candles there, pulled right back and retested that area. But we do have that gap down below us, and you can see the gap on your 15-minute chart. And of course, to find your gaps, turn your extended hours off. But you can see a gap down here. But turn your extended hours off. That gap would probably get a little bit bigger than that. MRO, strong push today, very strong. This is one of the stronger names. MACD is just now starting to cross. Look at all this upward movement just to finally get that MACD to cross. The thing's been on fire. NASDAQ above the 9 and between the 9 and 20. MACD trying to cross there. RSI is turning down a little bit. Netflix. So Netflix still has this gap up here. This thing's been intraday has been making some really nice moves, but let's keep an eye on this gap up here because that will act as resistance. Watch this 9 and 20 here. If we lose this, you can see this little channel. I would look here for support. Just pointing this out because we do have a trader who's been hitting Netflix pretty hard here lately and making some decent money with it. And I'm glad to see that. We've definitely been calling it out in the trading room. I've been put it in morning videos and talk about the ATR on it and how it can be a decent paying stock because of its average true range. Nvidia, you can see we did push up a little bit above yesterday. We'll look at the intraday chart. MACD's crossing there. You can see nice push up. So we did take out yesterday's high, the pre-market levels, the opening candles, all that got took out. That's what we want to see. That's a sign of strength. Taking out the previous day's high is a sign of strength, and that's what we want to see in all of them. See, Oxy had a nice move here on the 15 as well. It took out its previous day's high. And, you can see it's been on fire here. Oxy daily, back above all the major moving averages. MACD crossing. Let's keep an eye on this one. RSI is heating up. Let's keep an eye on this one. But this, this is one that can trade above its RSI, and I love that. I was talking about this morning. This is absolutely what I love to see in a stock. It just, it's showing you a lot of people want to go short there, and I'm looking for relative strength. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Palantir, we called this. It was either going to be a descending triangle or a possible double bottom, whichever one broke out. We took the neckline out. We called double bottoms. Been pushing, pull back today to get back into Bollinger Bands. Watch that 50. We can see we touched it and pulled back once already, but it also pulled back with the market. So let's just watch that 50. Palantir intraday, you can see we pushed up, stopped right at the pre-market levels though. I mean, it made a nice push, but it's a sign of strength to see, to take out the previous day's high and the pre-market levels, just to clear all that. That's a sign of strength. Pendleton here had some decent news coming in on it with Dick's Sport Shop and Hilton as well. So we've had 2 good days there. But you can see this downtrend. You can see the reaction to it today. We pushed up into it, pulled back, holding this support. So right now this is wedged in between this downtrend and this support level. Take your support off this bottom of this cup here. You can see we also traded very tightly there, so it's an active level. See if this will hold and we can push up through there, or if we lose that level, you can look for shorts. MACD's trying to cross there as well. Plug just chopping around here, didn't have the best of a day. Take a look at this MACD. This MACD looks like it's possibly pinching to the downside. See what this happens. What happens right here. See if that can form a pattern that we look for. Roblox trading. I hate it when we're stuck in these tight moving averages here and they're closing in. You got to have room to trade to make money. Now MACD is trying to cross there. It's got to clear one of them levels. For me, I just need room to move comfortably to make money. SPX, you can see closed basically like an inside bar, honestly, but we did push up, almost touched that 20 today. MACD's trying to cross there. That's the daily. CRM, nice push today. I don't like the spreads on this, at least the last time I looked at it, but this thing's been pretty wild. A nice push up. Was able to close above the opening candles. Didn't take out the previous day high, but was able to take out the opening candles. Now you can see snow here trying to push up, holding this 20. It took the 9 back yesterday, and today's candle holding that 20. SoFi, nice strong reversal today, but once again we did not take out that opening levels. Remember, we looking to trade market leaders. So tomorrow when you're looking to trade, look for stocks that took out your previous levels. You're always looking for a stock, whether it's leading up or leading down. If it's not trading stronger than the market, then we might as well be trading the market. We don't look to trade at what we want to trade. We look to trade at what the money, what's paying the most today. It's all about making the most money. It's not about the love of a stock at all. If you like a company, please don't trade the stock. Make it about the money. Come in here and use the market to better yourself. I look at the market as an ATM, like a printing press, a money printing press, and you can too. SoFi is the daily chart. You see we back above this resistance level, tested the 9 today. We did close above it. That's a good sign. MACD's trying to change character there. Got a lot of overhead on this. Watch this level on the way up. 20 is telling you right now, pretty much right where your 20 is. Love these moving averages that we use. Always pointing it out for us. Diamond, you can see we pushed up into the 20 on that today as well. So we're at a big area. SPY, weekly chart, pushing right back up. This 376.67. Does that number sound familiar? Pushing right back up into weekly resistance. And you can see the SPY here. We did push up very close to the 9, trying to touch this resistance level as well. And pull back just a little bit. We are above our 376.67 now. It's been a very helpful level today. SPY, you can see barely, but we were able to take out the opening candles, and then we closed back below them. And we kind of seen that coming. We seen selling coming in into the market. Our SPY trend chart. This is a custom. These are my custom PPO parameters. You can see our trend changing here. This is long term, short term, medium term. And you can see the medium term, short term's bullish, medium term's turning quickly, still bearish but turning quickly. We're even moving that long term PPO. Square had a decent day. Wasn't a big ranging day, but you can see we tried to get pushed back down below the support, was able to push back up, but you can see that 20 is a big level. So we have a lot of stocks that we are pushing up, but we have some big levels coming. All right, so this is Tesla's weekly. We talked about last week about how we were holding this 20 down here, and we were to go down, and let's go to another chart, because our video on Sunday we talked about this triple top, and we had confirmed below this. So we had a confirmed triple top, and in that video we talked about the best thing that could happen was to gap down below that 20, and that's exactly what happened. So we were able to gap down. So Twitter must trial. That's they say that's why Twitter's pulling back, but technical analysis called this, not us. Technical analysis called this move to the downside with a triple top. And you can see the 15-minute chart, we pulled back. They did try to push it, but that, we talk about watching your 50 and your 200 on your 15-minute chart. Your 15-minute 50 and your 200 as well can be a beast of a level to try to push through. Twitter, this chart will be soon coming off. We're not going to track, probably won't track it after this deal is officially done. Looks like some arbitrage traders trying to get in there. That's not really a good trade for an options trader unless you're buying plenty of time. MACD is trying to cross on that big move, but it definitely had a big move. My opinion, that's a buy the rumor, sell the news event. We've seen heavy put flow coming in on it today. Uber back above the 9 here, push right into the 50 and 20. So we've got some big levels there. MACD is trying to cross. Not saying we can't take these levels out, but we do have some big levels coming up. And you can see UNG here looked like it hit a wall. Was able to close above yesterday's high, but it looked like it just hit a wall there. I meant to include some coal stocks in tonight's list, but I did not. You can see we did close over the 9 here. We're back above the 50, or the 200 down here, but we did close over the 9 today. Barely held on to it. MACD's trying to change character. Upstart. We had this descending triangle. It broke down. So that worked. You can see how weak Upstart looked today on the daily. And you can see here, big pullback. We did try to push and started to give some of that back. So it just wasn't a big move by it. And we could not retake the opening levels there. You can see Wells Fargo here has got this little cup on the 15. The banks, nice push today. 20, your 20-day is resistance here. You got your MACDs trying to cross there. So we also have Exxon Mobil. As we seen that 15-minute chart earlier, on fire. Look how strong these moves are. On fire. Your MACD's crossing bullish there. And our AMC chart, we're watching this downward sloping head and shoulders pattern. So we ended up taking out the neckline, which confirms the pattern. We have tested it. It's tried to get back above this neckline, and so far it's unable to. And that's exactly what head and shoulders patterns are usually built on. You can usually see little flags up into building the shoulder, building the head, and then after it breaks out, it usually confirms it, and trades and flags on the way down. So let's see if we can get some more downside here. We did close above this 9. So as long as it's holding this 9 right now, that's support. Watch that resistance level. And I'll see everybody in the trading room tomorrow. Have a great night. See you tomorrow.